Are you a stacker, collector, or Stackollector? Welcome to Silver Bar Stacker, folks. I hope everybody's doing well and enjoying their day. Now today we've got yet another unboxing, and this one's going to be a doozy, folks, because this one is going to really put into perspective what I am. And what I am, folks, is a stack collector. Now that is a term that you've possibly heard running around the YouTube community, and it's kind of a hybrid vocabulary word as it relates to somebody who is into stacking both weight as well as collecting different various pieces, right? A lot of people out there are hardcore stackers, meaning they just care about the weight, they just care about how good of a price they can get, how close to spot they can get, and they're just worried about one sole factor, and that is the more weight the better, right? And typically that means larger bars, because larger bars typically carry lower premiums, but it could also mean somebody going out and just finding some, pennies in their pocket change or scrap copper or anything. Stacker could mean many, many different things, and also collector could mean many, many different things. Now, there is some common ground when it comes down to stacking and collecting, because no matter how much of a collector you think you might be, you are always going to be at least some level of a stacker. There's no avoiding being a collector and also simultaneously being a stacker. So if you are a collector, I'm sorry to tell you, but you are a stack collector, because as long as you're stacking something of intrinsic value, it doesn't really matter how much you pay above spot, because the fact remains is there is some inherent melt value there. Now, when it comes down to, and I've talked about this on my channel before as well, when it comes down to the hardcore stackers, you may think that you found the loophole and you found the way to be the sole stacker, but the thing is even if you're out there stacking pure generic of the most generic bars out there, you, my friend, sorry to say, but you are a collector of generic garbage bars, meaning the trashiest bars you can find. Some people love it, but some people love stacking that trash, right? So whatever the case may be, whether you like stacking nice things, cheap things, nice things before they're expensive, expensive things before they're cheap, we don't know. The strategy remains up to you, how you want to be a stacker or a collector. All I'm saying is that I'm somewhere in between, and so that's what this unboxing is going to be a tribute to, because here we got some quite collectible stuff, but at the same time we've got some very stackable stuff, right? Because we not only have the collectability in that these are slightly not run-of-the-mill pieces, but at the end of the day we actually have stacked duplicates in some cases, and so I'm very, very excited about that. And it really goes to show that, hey, you can be somebody who is both a collector of nice things as well as a stacker of intrinsic value. And so that's what we're all here to do. We're here to stack something of intrinsic value. But hey, stacking things that have intrinsic value gets boring sometimes. I mean, there's people out there who like to stack things with no intrinsic value, and that, my friends, is what I call a waste of resources and a waste of your hard work. I'm happy that I was able to find something that simultaneously has inherent value, intrinsic value, something that I can hold and securely keep in my hand that nobody can take away from me, and at the same time found a way to have some fun with it as well. So that's why I really like the vintage silver, because we have so many different nuggets of goodness that we can get surprised with on a daily basis and keep our spirits uplifted, keep our mood happy, and hey, keep a smile on our face. So first thing that we got here is a whole bunch of bars, and everybody knows what these bad boys are, do they not? These are actually going to be some Engelhard Statue of Liberty MTB Liberty Trade silver bars, one of the 1 ounce variety. There's going to be 75,000 minted each, and so I'm very, very happy that I was able to grab a nice stash of those. So this is an idea of somebody collecting, but also at the same time stacking very, very many duplicates, stacking that weight. You got 4, 8, 12, 16 ounces of silver right there, and that's not just any silver there, folks. That is some highly collectible Engelhard silver. Next up, we got some more highly collectible silver, and we got some duplicates once again. In this case, I see the S prefix there, and I immediately, without even flipping this bar over, could tell you that it's going to be a suitors bar. Suitors meaning a photography company that Johnson Matthey made bars for. They made 2 different bars for suitors, one of them which is 15,000 minted, and one of them which is 5,000 minted. So I can tell you this is a suitors bar just because of that S prefix, but until I flip it over, I cannot tell you which type is it. Is it the 15,000 or the 5,000? We flip it over, and that right there is going to be your 15,000 mintage. So this is the more common variation here, but I'm very, very excited to be able to grab just one of those still factory sealed. So that's not quite a duplicate stacking, but take a look at this. This sure is made in Canada. How nice. Johnson Matthey in the original seal, sequential serials, TD Bank reverse. This right here you're going to see has a thick font here as opposed to a thin font, so these are actually going to be 2000 mintage, not the 18,000 mintage variety. These as well, the thick font, 2000 mintage. This as well, the thick font. And you cannot see side by side the thin font, but let's take a look at this. You can see a slight thinner font there, and that kind of shows you the difference between thick and thin font. So we got some 2000 mintage Johnson Matthey bars produced for TD Bank. We got a 15,000 mintage bar produced for Suitors, which is a photography company that's no longer in business. And we got a whole smorgasbord of Engelhard 1 ounce silver bars, 75,000 mint each, that were produced for Manford, Tordello and Brooks, a Bullion bank. Still around today, actually, that company. Next up, folks, what else do we have? Some more Johnson Matthey bars. You really can't go wrong with Johnson Matthey. I was talking about on my auction today that we love Johnson Matthey. And take a look here. Another S prefix means that this is going to be some more Suitors bars. Is it once again going to be our 15,000 mintage variety? It sure is. It sure is. Do we have sequential serials? No, we do not. This is S29 and this is S18. So quite far away. And here again we got an S18. So another Suitors bar with that 15,000 mintage. So we got 3 of those now. So we're stacking and collecting, stack collecting, stack collecting, and stack collecting. Again, made in Canada, and we got a thick font. My guess is this is going to be another TD Bank. Yep, another TD Bank. Just stack them high. A couple more sequential Suitors bars. Stack them high. Add 3 more to the stack. Add another. Oh, these are made in Canada, so I guess these Suitors bars are Canadian. And take a look at this, actually. We got a sequential set of 3 as well, once again. Can't go wrong there. So 3 sequential sets right there. Let's continue on, my friends. We got 2 more nuggets of goodness to get through. So far, we've just been stack collecting. As you can see, it's 3 different bars here, and we have so many duplicates. And, you know, I'm not mad about that. I'm not mad about that because let's say somebody wants 1. Well, let's say they want a sequential set of 3. Well, I'm glad I got 2 sequential sets of 3 or 3 sequential sets of 3. So that's nice, you know. And I didn't even check to see if any of these are sequential serials, but I'm assuming they're not. Yeah, these ones are not. But take a look at this error right here. Take a look at that error right there. Look at that second digit. It's super uplifted right there. So that's very interesting to me. That's definitely going to be a bar I'm going to be keeping in my deep stack, just upon a quick glance. Next up, a whole bunch more of Johnson Matthey bars. Now, what are these? What are these? These have S prefixes as well. So these are also going to be Suitors and TD Banks. And these got some gorgeous toning on them as well. So these are more TD Bank bars. Absolutely amazing. So many. These are going to be thick font, and these you can see thinner font there. So those might be the 18,000 mintage variety. It's very difficult sometimes to tell the difference between the 2,000. So these are 2,000. It's tough to say. Tough to say. But I'm so happy that I was able to get all these. Some of these are extremely nice toners as well. So extremely happy. I'm going to be excited to take a look at all these as well and see if we got any sequential series, because let me tell you, folks, that is quite a huge amount of bars here. I'm going to go ahead and cut this up, keep these separated as they should be, and let's go ahead and take a look at this last little nugget of goodness. We're still down to this 3, potentially 4 types of bars there, my friends. This is the epitome of stack collecting, my friends. Now let's see what we got in this last pack. Let's see if there's any variety we can bring to the table, or if this is just going to be another very predictable lot of items being added. Let's take a look, my friends. Uh-oh. I see some Engelhard Liberty Trade silver bars here. And these are going to be more TD Bank JM bars. These are going to be some Engelhard Liberty Trade silver, more Engelhard Liberty Trade silver. And I got to say, here's some more TD Bank bars. But the thing is I'm super happy that we saved the best for last. I had no idea. But take a look at this. Premier Edition, 1987 and 1992, and this is not something that you see every day. I do believe this is mintage in the maybe 1000 or something like that. It's very not common. And take a look at this. It's actually got an F prefix on that serial number, which is very weird. FC prefix, actually. So FCP prefix, actually. It's FCP 898, I believe. Wow. So FCP for Family Coalition Party of Ontario. And take a look at this. It's 3000 mintage, 1960 to 1985, 25 years. Lytton Systems. A very rare bar. Despite the fact that it's 3000 mintage, it really doesn't pop up that often at all. So I'm super happy to be able to add these beautiful bars to the stack. And like I said, it's all about stacking, collecting, and stack collecting. So I hope you enjoyed this unboxing, and I hope you have a great rest of the day. Cheers. Oh, and if you haven't had a chance to yet, be sure to check out our social media landing page at solo.to/silverbarstacker. There you can find our direct website link, which is silverbarstacker.com, as well as our links to our other social media channels, such as this very YouTube channel, our Facebook page, our Instagram page, our TikTok page, our Twitter page, and we also have the link to our Whatnot page, which is where we actually run our live auctions and actually also have all of these same SBS drops that we hold. We run those same drops on our Whatnot store, and we also have live auctions happening literally all the time. So the way that you can be notified about those auctions is to be following us there on whatnot.com/user/silverbarstacker. And we hope to see you there, folks. Thank you, and have a great day.